There was a lot of brass in attendance last week at the Silver Spring Civics Building. County Executive Mark Elrich was there, Council President Andrew Friedson, Council Vice President Kate Stewart, and the Police Chief Marcus Jones. They held a conference in Silver Spring to talk about the perception that crime is rampant in Silver Spring. Mike, Council Vice President Stewart underscored the importance of having a safe environment in Silver Spring. It means they won't have any businesses wanting to be located there, and residents won't want to do business there. Is that how important it is?
I think addressing crime throughout the county, but certainly given what we've seen in Silver Spring, is critically important. We've made, the county and the community have made significant investments there over the last 25 years, and it's a community that has to continue to thrive for the county to be strong. And I think it's also politically important because most of the people who were there all live there and were elected from there. And so I think you've got both practical economic situations, you've got just the fact that residents should feel safe, and three, you've got a political element that says if you want to get reelected, you better figure this out.
Mark, there was some inadvertent humor and inconsistencies that emerged during the presser, because while touting the reduction in crime, County Executive Mark Elrich said that carjackings were down, and then immediately he was followed by Chief Jones, who stated that, yeah, carjackings are down, but vehicle thefts are at a whole all-time high. So they're just waiting until it's in your driveway before they steal it? Is that what the message is?
You know, there's a message issue too when problems such as the perception of a crime is being presented as only the perception of a crime. And I think people understandably react in a very hostile way when they're told something that they regard as a problem is only something that they perceive as not being real. And the perception is a very important thing, because that is what drives people not to be on the street, not to shop, not to go to restaurants. And fewer people on the street makes the environment that much less safe.
Sure, absolutely. Mike, not to be a naysayer here, but also touted during the conference was some new police investigative techniques that the county is using, one of which is the implementation of drone policy to combat crime and also to save on law enforcement resources. That was pretty neat.
I think it's pretty neat. I mean, I think yes, I think we should be using technology more effectively to be able to make our community safer. It's also, I think, a little disconcerting. I always think it's interesting to see where we're going to see them and how we're going to see them. But I think the big continuing underlying challenge in the county is we don't have enough police officers, and I've yet to hear a strategy for how we actually get more police officers. And so I think drones can probably help offset some of that. But at the end of the day, you still need more police officers, and we're down about 300, and we're going to be down more. And we need to put feet on the street to be able to engage this, and we just don't have enough bodies.
Well, Mark, obviously that's been a topic we've talked about, almost on a weekly or monthly basis. What is the solution?
Well,
it's not money. We've been throwing money at the problem. It doesn't seem to be the answer.
Sorry, I was going to say, and this is a problem that is shared across multiple jurisdictions. The response towards police in the last couple of years has driven a lot of people away from the profession that might otherwise have signed up for it. And that is one of the drivers, as you say, is the fact that there's not as much law enforcement available as there was, say, 5-6 years ago.
And I would just add to that, Casey, you said we put a lot of money at it, but the reality is we haven't. We actually came late to the party, even in providing additional resources for hiring folks and putting bonuses on the table. And so the bonuses and things that we're offering and the salaries that we're offering are actually just kind of catching up to where others have already been. And so we're not even doing anything that makes us more attractive. We're just comparable to other jurisdictions. And so given, I think, the lack of support for what people perceive in our policymakers with law enforcement in Montgomery County, and the fact that we're not really putting any more money on the table, there's no clear pathway to actually identify more people to bring them in to get them hired.
Well, unfortunately, that sounds like a recipe for disaster, Mike. I mean, it just sounds like the situation is going to continue to degrade over time.